Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. 2001 4Runner, the green buff you saw in different video, and I did the rear diff today, and I'm doing power steering fluid flush. As I mentioned in this previous video, these power steering pumps generally never fail, but come and look how this fluid is nasty and in bad shape. And yes, I work on Toyotas only for a while, and I never replaced on this gen power steering pump, but it could happen, obviously, if it was abused. And I'm assuming you will agree with me that this fluid, it's absolutely crazy dirty, and it's actually late. It should have been replaced way before, but it's good. The good news is that we are taking it out. Do you see how black it is? It stinks also, which I cannot do for you. Can you smell it out of the tube? I don't think so. It stinks badly. Let me show you when I pour it here in this can. I was not going to film it because I did these power steering flushes so many times, but this is so nasty. Look at this. Look, do you see that? That is obviously in extremely bad shape. That's so-called contaminated. It's burned, and we really need to replace it. This is a unique 4Runner with only 107,000 miles. It's a really beautiful survivor. The owner wants to enjoy it, and that's why we do this maintenance, getting rid of this nasty stuff. Now I have a confession to make to you. This one, it's so burned that I don't really see if it was the generic yellow in color or transparent and slightly yellow in color, which some people incorrectly put in these steerings, or if it was Dexron 2 or Dexron 3. This one is Dexron 3. It's an automatic transmission fluid, Dexron 3. I don't know. Normally I can see immediately, oh, it's the yellow one, this one. But today, I don't know, I'm afraid that was original fluid from the factory, which is extremely sad. But again, good news is we are fixing it, we are flushing it out, and there will be only the new one in it. So if you want to use the benefit, which I claim here, that in all the time I work in these, I never saw it being replaced. If you want to benefit from that these steering pumps are really good, please do yourself a favor, because it will cost you always less if you perform this maintenance, regular maintenance. You might ask, oh, how often I need to change it? Well, that depends. If you go off-roading, the interval will be half, because that dust will always make it in. No matter what you do, it will make it in. And these service or maintenance intervals are normally cut in half. If you go racing with it, you put a lot of stress on that power steering system, rock crawling and so on. That fluid will last way shorter time than if you just use it for the road. So you have to always think about all of it, and basically just inspect that fluid. Pull that dipstick, put it on the end of your finger without a glove even, and just put one droplet, and you will see if it's contaminated like this one was, or you will see if it's perfectly nice. Either you have the yellow one, the clear, or it's this red Dexron 3. Here you can see the total comparison when it's in this tube. It looks completely different than the old stuff we just pulled out. There are many ways to perform these flushes. Follow whatever suggestion you want. What I do is the one which makes least mess. I just remove the old one, put a new. Now I will start it up. Use the power steering to mix that new fluid with the old one. Unfortunately, I'm wasting the fluid a little bit, but the Dextron 3 is so cheap that it doesn't matter to me. I don't want to have a mess. Removing the pipes, hoses, catching it somewhere, it's not worth to me. But again, if you like different method, you can recommend it to others. I definitely like when people share their knowledge with others in the comments. I love it. So feel free. But no matter what you do, and hopefully you heard it, when you are running that system, never hold that steering wheel against these stops, because you might damage the whole system. There will be too much pressure. So when you reach the end, you turn it all the way, you hit it, go away from it, go around again, back, and so on. Let's see how the fluid looks right now. Here we go. This is definitely track where it's worth to maintain it correctly. Okay, so the system is not very big, but we are still pulling pretty nasty fluid. But I see a difference already. Yep. Despite the fact, I will show you really quickly, despite the fact it looked very dark in that tube, I will show you the difference in the catching pan. Let me just grab it. It's already improved, of course. The power steering system that doesn't have a ton of fluid in it. Do you see how it's turning red, reddish? I hope the camera is showing it. Right there, it's getting more clear and more red. So I will continue again, fill it up, and repeat the same until I will be happy with my results. Up. Another one. It's not the orange juice, that was just for you to see the color of it. It's a Dextron 3. I am finished with my service, so let's go see if I did a good job. Also, how it should look like when you pull that lipstick and put it on your finger. It should be that bright red, beautiful fluid. I'm checking my level also. Now I want to show you, that's what we normally do. Look how bright and red the color of the fluid is. There's not that contamination which was all over it, and it's perfectly, you can see through it. So that's how it should look. And maybe you are lucky, maybe if you go and open yours, it's nice and bright like this one, and you don't have to do this service. I'm pretty sure that everybody agrees this is pretty easy. Everybody can do it themselves. You don't have to have a vehicle on the lift and crawling underneath it and so on. It's so easy to reach. So I don't think there's any reason for you guys to pay somebody to do it for you. You can just regularly do it when the fluid is getting old or contaminated. Or even better, do it before it will get contaminated. Therefore, there will be never any damage to the power steering pump. So I hope this gives you idea please make sure you are subscribed. I have way more for you coming in the future. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend, my friend.